Hello, welcome back to Bareface and Becoming. I am Stephanie, your host. Originally, we were going to go into a deep conversation again. And I said last episode that episode was supposed to be light. And I'm listening back, I'm like, this is not really light at all. So today we're going there. This is feeling good for what my body needs right now. I just need something actually light. Let's see where this episode goes though. Let me not speak too soon. Somehow we always end up getting there. But today we're talking about the power of the purge. I've really been experimenting with minimalism. I would say probably since I was like 18 or 19 years old. I feel like I really did a deep dive when I was around maybe 20. I completely stopped buying fast fashion. I don't know if I did like a whole year maybe of just thrifting, but I did it super intentionally so that I can figure out what my style was. I feel like in my teenage years and early college years, I kind of was just wearing what was trendy and what everybody else was trending. And I really wanted to crack down on what my style was. So I knew that I wanted to kind of mess around with different types of styles and see what suited my body type correctly. And so I knew that the most sustainable way to do that was thrifting. I did most of my thrifting at Goodwill. I had such a passion for it and I was so good at it. But you really have to look through every single piece of clothing in your size in the aisle that you're in. That's the secret. Like there's no way getting around that. And it really, really helped me figure out what my style was. And I added a lot of pieces to my closet. And ever since I would say like 18 years old, I was moving every year. And I feel like with moving, you're constantly reevaluating things. But then there's also this aspect of you see something that you've seen for 5 years being moved into boxes for 5 years. And so you keep moving them into boxes for the next place. Right? This year it was different for me. I really cracked down on my whole entire existence of belongings. I think I've practically looked through every single corner of my house. I want to give you my biggest tips, tangible tips that you can use to do the same. Because so often we're not really reevaluating our belongings and what's serving us. And it really does hold an energy, even if you don't think about it. And until you think about it, you're not going to really understand it. Let's begin. First of all, I started with clothing in my closet. Like I said, I was really trying to crack down on what my style was. I felt like I kind of had an idea of what I liked, but I didn't fully have an idea of what dressing for my body type meant and understanding why I liked certain pieces and what suited my body and what I felt good in. So at the beginning of 2025, I went through my closet. And not only did I look through my closet, I tried on every single piece of clothing in my closet. This took me hours. It was kind of a vibe though. If you mentally prepare and you set the mood, put some good music on. I literally had a journal on my bed so that when I was trying clothes on, I was writing down everything. So let's say I would try a shirt on and I never reached for this shirt. I would keep it in my closet for years. If I was just scanning through my closet, it always made the cut because how I used to purge was, okay, would I buy this today? Yes. Okay, so it's staying in my closet. And it still reigned true. I have this specific piece in my mind that I'm thinking of. I had this cute little pink crop top from Zara that was bright pink and the back was kind of open and like laced up in the back. It was so cute and it always made the cut because it was so cute. And if I went to Zara, I would buy it again, or so I thought. But after actually trying it on last year, I realized, why don't I like this? Okay, it's super cropped. I'm not really comfortable in this anymore. A lot of my closet was not resonating with who I was becoming. Also, like in this age, 25, 26 years old, I'm having pieces in my closet that I wore when I was in college, going out to the bars. That's not really my vibe anymore. I don't want super crop tops. I don't know, there's just some pieces that don't resonate. And I realized, okay, the reason that I was keeping this piece was because I love an open back. I love a little dainty back. A plain simple front and an open back is just something I love. So I was keeping it for that reason, but not actually wearing it because it's not aligning with my style these days, right? But I would have never known that had I not tried it on. So trying on every single piece really has so much power, and I highly recommend to do so. There were pants that maybe they were too tight in one area, but I liked that they were loose. So it really, trying on every piece, it really put into perspective why I liked it, why I didn't like it, and why it had to go, but what to shop for in the future. So it was super strategic, but as an outcome, it has made me super selective now as a shopper. So I just know, okay, is this, and I guess this is kind of going into building a capsule wardrobe. If you don't know, a capsule wardrobe is a closet pretty much full of good basics to the point where you can go in your closet, pick out any top, any bottom, and it's gonna go together. And I mean, that is just kind of my vibe because I like the simplicity of it. I don't want the decision fatigue when I'm getting dressed in the morning. That's exhausting. But also, that's where my style comes in because I like actually styling the clothes, meaning instead of having a statement top and a statement bottom, or a statement top with a classic bottom, or vice versa, when you're having all of these statement pieces in your closet, they can only go so far. If they're loud, you can only wear them so many times. They can only go with so many things. And there's only so many times that you can wear them without being bored of it. So building a capsule wardrobe has made it so that my styling comes out in a hat, in how I style the jewelry, what purse am I wearing, what shoes am I wearing. My bread and butter of style is shoes and bags. And then it also made me super selective of, okay, I have all these black pants, right? And everybody needs a black pant. I'm not going to get rid of these pants until I replace them, but they kind of all need to go because I need a good black pant that I'm going to wear. Like I had literally 5 different black pants, but one of them was too tight in this area. One of them was a little bit too long, or maybe it had a detail that if I wanted to wear a different color top, it wouldn't go with it. Just little details like that. And so I think I got rid of all of them. I kept the most basic pair that was as versatile as it could be, even though it still didn't fit me well. Obviously, I'm not going to get rid of that piece in my closet until it's replaced. Just to put it out there, the best black like slack that I've been able to find is actually from Aloe, which is crazy. I try to debrand it because I feel like just the name of Aloe makes it look less versatile. But there's a classic black Aloe pant that is almost like a workout material, but if you could dress it up and dress it down, I absolutely love that. And then also Aritzia has a great black slack. But since I had thrifted so much, I didn't feel so guilty donating that stuff because I had purchased it secondhand. And now it was just going back into the world of being recycled for somebody else to use it. Me and my friends do this thing when we purge our closets, they get first pick, and a lot of them were able to reuse the stuff that I was getting rid of, which was great. And then everything else I just donated, and I feel good about donating it. But it's also great in the way of now when I do want to invest in my wardrobe, I don't have guilt with it because I'm so selective that I know what's worth it and what's not, and what's going to last and what's not. There's some pieces that I've genuinely had in my closet since I was 16, like 10 years. And that's what I want to keep in my closet. I want to stay getting pieces that I know will last the test of time. So really simplifying my closet and making it so much less, but better, easier, and more quality pieces. I feel like there were some things that I almost had like guilt of getting rid of just because they meant so much to me at one time. And I had like almost an emotion. It's so interesting how you can have emotional attachment to things, but that it wasn't serving me at this moment, that hadn't been used in the last 6 months or even a year, that needs to go. And then there were other things in my closet that I would realize I had a negative emotional attachment to, that I did like it in a subjective way, but the emotional attachment and story to them brought up negative emotions, which was really interesting. So there was some things that I was just like, okay, this gives me an icky feeling. It has to go. Or there were some things that I was like, I would look at and wait, actually, I like this. I want to keep it. I'll share the story. There's a tote bag that I have from where I got my yoga certification, and I got it the day of graduation, but the day of graduation, they had failed me, and I actually didn't graduate until like another 2-3 weeks because I had to retake this test. Obviously, I ended up passing. I'm a yoga instructor now, but that day was super hard for me and emotionally exhausting and really upsetting. Obviously, a lot of my peers passed, so just feeling like an outsider, and they gave this bag to everyone just as a gift for completing the course in general. And I was just like, I don't know, I just would never use it because it would remind me of that day. But then I had to separate myself. Like, that was a beautiful experience. There was so much growth in that experience, even though it was a hard one. And this is a cute bag. I love the studio. Absolutely love the studio I got certified at. I didn't want anything to take that away from that experience and feeling negatively about it. And so I just detached myself from that. Okay, like, and processed it, Okay, this is not worth feeling negatively about it. I considered donating it and I decided against it because I just wanted to detach from that emotion. And so I kept it and I use it now. But just going through and just taking inventory on your belongings and what is serving you, what is adding to your life, and what's just creating clutter. Like, there's so much power in decluttering. It just like kind of energy releasing, and it makes your space feel lighter. Now I go into my closet and it's like every piece in there, either energetically I'm connected to it, emotionally love it. It suits my lifestyle. It suits my body type. I feel confident in it. And I genuinely took me a whole year. Today, actually, I just finished the last little bit of my house, and the last part was actually my gym bag. I used to be such a pink girl. Everything was pink, and now I'm a blue girl. My favorite color is blue. My branding is blue, and I just feel really inspired by the color. And I just don't care for pink anymore. I never thought I would say that. And so I had a pink gym bag that was just sitting there. I honestly had no idea what was even in it. So I'm giving it to my best friend, and I got a black one. And it's more simple. I know that I won't get sick of it, anything black. So that was my last piece, but I genuinely went through my entire house. I organized all my journals. I got a bunch of clear boxes from Walmart, and I have space under my bed to store things. So I think I did a box of memories, a box of electronics, a box of all my journals, and then Christmas and holiday decor. I put labels on them for what they are, so they're easy to access and easy to know what is where. I went through all of my jewelry, and obviously some earrings were missing. A bunch of stuff was tangled up or maybe just didn't resonate with my style anymore. Got rid of all of that. Went through my books, went through my shoes. I went through my entire kitchen because I had a roommate, and our kitchen was organized by her stuff and my stuff. And my boyfriend moved in. My boyfriend is now my roommate. And I was like, wait, why are we separating all our stuff? Like, this is all us stuff. It's not me and you. It's just all us. So I went through and organized and got rid of stuff that was expired or stuff that was hers that I don't use. And I literally made space for 2 whole extra shelves in my pantry, which is insane. I have so much space now. I went through my junk drawer. I went through my entire linen closet, and it just feels so good. It is great for the nervous system just to have everything organized, know where stuff is. It makes me stay more organized on an everyday basis because all my stuff has a place where it belongs. So if I use something, I just know exactly where it goes. I never have to waste my time looking for stuff. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. Wasting time to look for stuff, it just drives me crazy. And then also, it just kind of created a boundary with what now enters my house. I know what my priorities are for what is beneficial for me with my skincare and what to shop for in that area. My makeup, I also went through, cleaned all my makeup brushes and I just have one single makeup bag now, and I have the products that I'm very selective about that I use on an everyday basis, but I will not get that new product until my old product is replaced. I am an esthetician, so I do love trying new skincare. I like trying new makeup, but I've just set a boundary with myself that I'm not going to overindulge in those areas. So I won't get a new product until my old product is about literally to be done. Obviously, I don't want to go like a week without a makeup product. So I'll wait until, actually just did this yesterday. I'll wait until I'm about to be done and have the new one waiting for me, but not in an excessive way. And just being more minimalistic in general, I think is so powerful. This also can apply to what you eat and how you grocery shop. So instead of just going to the grocery store and getting a bunch of things that I think I would use, I make a plan for what I'm going to be eating for the week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, any drinks that I want to have, any little sweet tooth things that I want to have, even snacks. I will meal plan what I want to be eating, and then from there I get the ingredients that I need to shop for. Not only is it more efficient financially, but I'm not wasting stuff anymore. I think it's just such a bad feeling getting ready for the week and looking through your stuff to make food. Just like, okay, there's a bag of carrots here. I don't know why. It's always the freaking carrots. I don't know if you've seen this like emotional support banana. Like it goes to work and comes back with you a million times before you just end up throwing it out. It's super important for me not to waste, and that helps me so much, just planning out what is necessary, what I'll be eating for the week, so that doesn't happen. I really am a simple person when it comes to meals. I'll get ingredients to make my lunch for the whole week, and I'll literally eat that for 5 days in a row. So maybe this might be a little bit easier for some people if you like eating new things every single day. I could see how this could be a little bit more complicated, but just in general, being more intentional about what's being purchased and what is going to actually be used for that week. Super great to kind of purge the fridge and clear everything out before doing so, just to actually take inventory of what you have and what you need. This is a little side note. I've also been loving a kind of Lunchable vibe for work. Like I'll do my lunch for the day, but then I also will do a little snack box. I got these containers from Amazon, and it has 4 little corners, and then in the middle it has a section also for like dips and things like that. So I'll do maybe raisins, pistachios, carrots, and like a beef stick, and then I'll have either hummus or ranch in the middle that I can dip the carrots into, or sometimes I'll do pretzels, just things like that. And that has helped me so much and kept me so satiated and really helped me not going out to eat so much. And it just really creates such a feeling of clarity. Yeah, I just walk around and I just know what I own. I feel good about what I own, and it makes me have more of a respect for what I own and honor it more. So I take better care of my things, of my shoes, because now the shoes that I have, I know that I love them. So I'm going to make sure that I take care of them, because if they were gone today, I would get them tomorrow. And also with the closet clean out part, there were certain pieces that I really loved in my closet that I knew I didn't want to get rid of, but they just actually didn't fit me right. So I had a pile of things that I knew I wanted to get rid of. I had a list of what I liked in certain pieces, what I didn't like in certain pieces. That way I had a structure and a guide of what to purchase in the future and what makes the cut. But then I also had a pile of things that needed to be tailored. And sometimes things just need to be tailored. There's nothing wrong with it. Making something tighter or looser in an area. I'm also very short, so sometimes I just need things to get tailored to be a little bit shorter. It's such a secret that a lot of people on social media don't share, and that so many people do, is tailoring to your body type. I would highly recommend going on YouTube and looking up dressing for your body type. I feel like this is more niche for women than it is for men. There was one girl on YouTube that really helped me put it into perspective, and it really helped because I think she also kind of has my body type. Her name is Asia Jackson. She has such great content on just illusions and how to balance your silhouette, how to even understand what your body type is. So you can have narrow hips, you can have wider hips, you can have a long torso, short torso, obviously long legs, and that all plays into how your body looks balanced. So for me, for example, if I wear super high-waisted pants and then I wear a crop top, I have kind of narrow hips. So when I wear that combo, my hips completely disappear. They get eaten up by the silhouette of the clothing. So wearing maybe low rise and a longer t-shirt would look much better on me. So that was super helpful. I really did a deep dive on just understanding my body type and silhouettes of clothing and how they can balance out the body. I just really love fashion. And so it was really interesting for me. I don't want to also make it something that you have to box yourself into. Fashion is so personal. I don't necessarily think that you have to dress for your body type or have to balance clothing. It's just something that I appreciate and I wanted to understand more. Regardless, I think it's super beneficial to understand your body type, just to know when you're shopping what something is doing for your body. And yeah, I don't know. For me, it's just I love fashion and I think it's super interesting. So that really, really helped me a lot. But yeah, this is your sign to adopt a more minimalistic mindset. It really is so empowering. It just really makes you be super selective and super strategic about when you do purchase. Another benefit, going back into the whole respect thing of just me respecting my belongings now and just the whole energetic aspect of it. But another way that I respect the energy I bring into my house with the things that I have, but also this is such a financial help, is when I buy things that I don't like, I return them. What a concept. I know this is so hard for some people. I feel like some people will throw away receipts or they'll just like give the clothes away because doing the whole return label and then going to the post office, it can sound like such a mission. Sometimes it can also be a mission, but I feel like 8 times out of 10, it's much more simple than we make it out to be in our head. But not only is it respecting the use I'll actually make of it, but it's respecting my finances, because if I just paid $40 for a top that's just gonna sit in my closet and collect dust, it's kind of a disrespect to the money that I'm making. Like $40 is not a little bit. That can go towards groceries, that can go towards gas, and it can stretch much more far than having something, like I said, just collecting dust. So purging the closet was personally my first step at this. And like I said, this to do my whole entire house, it took me a whole year. So the closet was my first case study and it was my priority because, like I said, I do love fashion. I kind of knew that at this age, I had different interests than what I had when I got these pieces, and I wanted to understand how my clothes can better serve me and my identity now and what supports my body and my life now. It's really helped my overstimulation and my decision fatigue. I feel like the closet is the most beneficial one because obviously it's something that you use every single day. And I feel like it's a little bit more digestible to start with a closet. I feel like minimalism really isn't about having less. It's about making more space for what actually matters and what is actually going to benefit your life. So if you haven't done any purging lately, I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to start with your closet. Take notes as you're doing so, asking yourself why you do like something, why it is staying in your closet, why you don't like something, and is it suited for your body type, your lifestyle, your energy, and how does it make you feel? Does it support the person you're becoming? Does this piece make you feel confident, or does it make you feel hidden? We have a couple more weeks of the shedding for the year of the snake. 2026 is all about rebuilding. So if you haven't had a good purge in a while, I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to let go of the things that no longer serve you and your lifestyle. If you're in a season where things are feeling heavy or loud, sometimes the answer isn't to push harder. It's to soften, simplify, and make space. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, and for holding space for me as always. Come as you are. and let's become together. Can you tell that one was from chat? I love you guys so much. This episode is a little bit more practical. I hope that you got some great tips from this. Set some hours aside. It really does take hours, so don't also underestimate it. But once it's done and it feels so good. Taking those bags to the donation. I mean, you could also sell them on ThreadUp, which is super good. I just don't have the patience for that. But I will be trying to shop more on ThreadUp this year, or just thrifting more in general this year. Now that I've found my flow, I've invested in some really great pieces. I want to get back to feeling creative with my closet. I always say the best things to invest in are shoes and bags. They'll always last the test of time. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next Tuesday.